Yes, right. That's my first question. Guys, what is 1.7 days? Suggestions and ideas. It's not the time which I want to spend on helping the beach. It's not the time which I want to spend in the but any suggestions, any ideas? 1.7 days. Any? Also, please too many.
We have 7 days to assign, for sure.
Okay, let me disclose the secret here. So 1.7 days is the lifetime of the 270,000 new malwares which we had in 2020. So you can imagine how many new malwares they were living just for 1.7 days. When I was listening to your presentation, Thomas, you don't need just an antivirus. Because if you have an antivirus and you have 270 new malwares, you know. So you need to think for something else, which is going to protect your infrastructure from cyber threats. This should be something more standard. So that's why it's massive. Because cyber threats are massive. You can imagine that with an AI, we don't need even more. But yeah, that's my thought. Slav Umlenov, the manager of the region. Today we're going to talk about the Acronis Day 2025 in Thessaloniki. Big thanks to the whole team. Actually, before going into the details, I wanted to mention one very nice and very low-degree work, which I know, and this is synergy. This is what I see in our mutual work with the team, working together. Because the Acronis team, working with the TicTac team, it's exactly synergy. We have the same working goal here, synergy. We love it because this is how we manage to be here nowadays. And I want to say a special thank you to the whole team. Many other people I see here in the first row, but especially big thanks to Panos, who's one of the main persons who made this video. Mike, Yanis, Stavros, whole first row. Thanks to everybody here and the whole TicTac team. But when someone is saying TicTac, when someone is saying Acronis, can you imagine how big infrastructure are managing those guys? And yes, I'm going to tell you, they manage more than 1+ petabyte a day. That's the limit. How many gigabytes on this online? You will be the hard disk on SSDs. Any suggestions?
I think 1,000, maybe 800, I don't know. The numbers.
1 petabyte. It's a lot. It's a lot of data. And they back up daily. So they don't just back up daily, they do disaster recovery. And they're the champion of Europe, the first company which managed to deliver more than 700 disaster recovery servers in Europe, which are in disaster recovery modes. And they have 6,000 endpoints protected at the point. That's massive, guys. They're the first partner with such kind of infrastructure. To give some big congratulations because they're not only a platform service provider. Sounds gave me an idea that maybe they need to become a diamond partner, but that's pretty good. We're thinking about the diamond. That's his idea, but definitely they're one of the biggest. And they're not only a platform service provider, they're not just a partner. They can help you with many things. And if I'm in your position now, I'm asking myself, what those guys can do for me? Data protection for sure. Disaster recovery change. They have deep expertise in cybersecurity. They have cybersecurity. Platinum service provider, cloud aggregator. So if you have partners who are working with cybersecurity, they can help you. And for me, very important, not only cloud, they can provide you on-prem solutions and protecting OT. Do you know what means OT? Yes. Manufacturing, we have people getting the manufacturing this software, operational technology. Acronis is one of the best companies doing operational technology protection. Manufacturing, oil, plants, whatever we talk about manufacturing is there. But, of course, coming back to my agenda, I have 25 more minutes. Of course, we probably Joe said, we can 15, 20 more minutes, but I want to share with you a few things. I Acronis vision, because many people are asking, yeah, Acronis, where are you going? You did the vector, now you versatility, what is the vision? With Acronis, where are you going? The second thing is cyber threat reports. We have some information, it's overlapping some of these ones, which parts of my day were represented in you. Innovation roadmap, this is going to be really interesting for you to see where they're going to be. And of course, compliances. I was talking about compliances, needs to be just a small fraction. GRC, all the compliances there coming, and of course, I'm going to show you how you can use it for this. Last but not least, Acronis, why Acronis? We're not a Bulgarian in the Middle East. We're Swiss and we're not Bulgarian, but I'm going to show you why we need to trust us. Why we need to choose Acronis, why we don't need anything else. So, with this being said, Acronis Vision 2026. Let me show you some ideas, but before that, I want to show you how it looks like the day of the regular IT guy. It's not related to productivity revolution. The day of the regular IT guy looks like this. He's overwhelmed with a lot of tasks, with time spending on resolving issues, managing workloads, which are a lot, because your business is growing, you have more and more workloads, you have more and more seats. And this guy is maybe your system administrator. This guy is maybe you, you're overwhelmed. Our vision with Acronis is to go after hyper automation with AI. Everyone is talking about AI. And everyone is saying, yes, we're going to introduce AI in our solutions, we're going to be there, we're going to have something. Our idea is to reduce the time which you spend on reducing, on fixing issues. We would like to improve your time which you're spending on resolving security issues. So this is one of the main directions of Acronis. And of course, the main goal here is your team use AI. The question, how many of you have already an AI system in your teams? A, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. My suggestion is yes, absolutely, everyone is using AI. So that's our goal here. But what we did already, we already start hacking the human productivity. We already have a few functionalities which are completely based on AI. This is our AI assistant. Now it's evaluating to AI collaborator, and the next thing is AI agent. The AI agent is going to be your new member in the team. It's going to be the member in the team who is going to support you with all AI resolutions, observations, reporting. Maybe you'll think about case study. You get a very nice idea of how it looks like. I want to show you the path. The path is like, you are a new user. Once you are a new user, you protect this new user, you configure the monitoring, and then you manage the protection. But if there is something like an answering a request, which is coming from the platform, or reporting the status, you can do it. And now, unfortunately, we need transferring with our engineer, he's in Sofia, but I want to show you a quick demo, it's just 2 minutes, how it looks like our agent. So let me show you. Device onboarding. So you go to the platform, we have new user to be added, you start checking with the system. Hey, can you use a platform to scan the machine? Yes, that's the machine, it's Windows operating system, Windows 11, but of course the guys that can help me to show you how we help with this AI through automation. The idea, AI productivity gains for you, exponential capacity of your teams, better quality, and of course, much more creative teams. This is our vision, this is the platform development which we're going to have in the next 3 years. But now, coming back to the cyber threats, because this is the main driver why we do all those updates, upgrades, with the development of the platform. First of all, I would like to mention that we have cyber threat reports. Those cyber threat reports there for the first time published since 2023. 2023, 2024, 2025. Q1 2025 is the most recent, so you can go to our website, you can download and you can see it. But let's take a look what happened in the ransomware in the first half of this year. If we look at the graph from June, we're going to see that in February 2025 we will spike the ransomware reported in our cyber protection operation centers. That's massive. It's happening everywhere. But when you look into the groups, we can take pictures, but when you look into the groups and who are the main players in the market, of course, we have many names which are known, many names which are imported. Chrome is the biggest one, with 19% of those sounds in our cases. We have another groups which are part of 18% of the whole report here, and of course, ransomware, we have Akira, we have the rest of the players in the market. Maybe you're asking yourself, who's small? Maybe they're not going to target. They target everyone, and with the AI, you can be part of these targets. Once we look into the top segmentation, who's the first one who's getting the ransomware attacks? Manufacturing. 15% of the attacks are focused on manufacturing, 12% on the retail, and 10% on the tech and telcos. So if you're part in this 15%, we still do best. If you're not part of those 15%, but you're somewhere down with another business vertical, we'll put the guys. They can help. Talking for the second thing, everyone is working together. Everyone is taking home. Remote assistant tools vulnerabilities. The first one is TeamViewer. The global reports are showing this. Second one, Wireshark. Third one, there's the fourth one is Tencent or Screen Trends. The remote assistant tools, they're vulnerable. If you don't patch them, then you are vulnerable as well. So take a look at this. Third direction which I want to show you is the 365. I think the guys they were talking about this one, but 365 is also quite known and vulnerable for the cyber events. 2 users per day are reporting something in their emails, something malicious, something which is coming to their mailbox, macro, attachment, and so on. But if I need to stay here and give you a recommendation, I'll give you 7 recommendations. Don't accept distance strangers. It's not Christmas. So disable macros, first suggestion. Local strict execution, second suggestion. Deploy behavioral detection rules, also really important. Enforce network level filtering. Apply all security patches, vulnerability assessment, patch management. You should do this. And of course, backup. Use CDR, XDR, like Acronis, and educate people. People are the weakest links. We need to train them, we need to educate them, we need to give them this peace of mind how to use their different systems and solutions. And if you're curious to understand more about the cyber threats, you can visit our report, part 1. You can see all those details which I'll show you. But now, let's come back to the innovation roadmap, because I'm pretty sure that Panos was exactly asking me to cover this part. And of course, I know that many of you have questions. But let's look into the roadmap. If you have questions, please say something, I'm going to give you more details. Starting with the evaluation, I'm always showing our evaluation. How many of you are using Acronis or know Acronis for a fact? Please raise your hands. I think everyone knows Acronis. Okay. So the backup is something which we're doing since 2013. Since 2013, we do back. We know how to do back. This is part of our DNA. But starting from 2019, we started developing the cybersecurity component. Cybersecurity is super important for Acronis, and this is the direction where we go. But in the last few years, we focused also on the RMM. RMM, which is super important, and close to the remote management of the world. And the future, as I showed you, in the next couple of years, is going to be AI. So it's going to be full automation in the whole platform. But now we split in 6 directions the development of the roadmap. And I'm going to start with the first one. As I showed you, AI is number 1 in our direction of development. What we're going to do to make your teams more productive? We're going to look into faster onboarding. It's already been used. How fast we are onboarding new users to your company. Time to time you get new devices, time to time you get new users, you need to see them, you need to go in and configure protection. This is how it is released. It's happening automatically and you don't have any gaps in your systems whenever we talk about security. Second thing, granular user roles. You don't want everyone to have full access, right? So you want one of the guys to be responsible for the security, another one to be responsible for the backups, another one to be responsible for the remote management. It's upcoming, it's going to be in the platform, we can use it. This is, of course, something really important, and of course, many times requested from different partners. Moving forward, performance and UX. So performance and UX is going to be also really important to have better user experience, to have better performance. Doesn't matter where you're based, logging in the platform and use the platform is fine. Workflow automations. AI-based workflow automation. We have regular tasks which are happening on a daily basis. Workflow automation is going to help you to automate those tasks, repeating tasks. You can drag and drop the tasks which will like repeat, which are going to be saved, and then you can deploy on specific machines, specific workloads, and specific user roles. This is going to be again part of the platform development. Now, looking back to 365, we have users of 365 here. Also, yes, we have most of you. At least Google is not that popular nowadays in our territory, but maybe we have Google as well. Talking about 365, this is a big thing. We can take a picture and we can ask you guys. This is the ultimate protection. This is how we call it. You have the data protection stack for backup, unlimited. You have the archiving for compliance and regulation needs. You have the email security. This is on top of the Defender, and honestly speaking, much better than Defender. Then you have SharePoint, Teams, OneDrive protection, scan the backups. We're the only company who is doing scan of the backups for 365. Even if you're using another solution, we can do that. And of course, security portion of monitoring. The security portion and the monitoring is helping you to know when to onboard users and give them deviations in your 365 tenant to fix them. Yes, we have this one in the platform in the same SKU which we're showing here. It's one functionality with 7 different options. Additionally, from the roadmap, we're going to improve the speed of the SharePoint backup recovery. This is really important, and I know that we report this so many times. Self-recovery for 365 backup. We are going to have it. That was also many times requested. Enter-ID backup, important export for email archiving, educational licenses. If you're part of the university, school, or if you have customers or friends in the direction, please let us know. We can protect those education and certification. Talking about security posture, again, single pane of glass, you have everything in the single and the same platform where you can do analysis on your security posture to see if, of course, you get the right configuration, if there is missing configuration, if there are deviations. So you can see this one in the platform. Moving forward, data protection. Back. Yes, we do that. And actually, we are going to go further back in the future. First, we have Azure virtual machines protection, AgentPlus. Then we released in Tax early this year, AgentPlus protection, Proximus. We have already AgentPlus protection for Proximus. But Kubernetes are coming, so we're going to see next year Kubernetes as well, part of the portfolio. Of course, Windows Server 2025, we have many requests, those virtual machines, so instant restore for those virtual machines on the high device. It's happening for 60 seconds, so you can also see this one as well. Moving to something really important, time to time you need a high-volume storage. Why? For compliance. You need to store some data for extended time when you have this high-volume data storage. It's going to be much more cheaper than backup. We're going to talk about prices of components, but they can ask you. And the archival storage again, it's not only about compliance. It's something which you're back to keep it for a good price for a long period of time. So you can also ask you guys about the archival storage. And now we're coming to the interesting part, which is cybersecurity. We do cybersecurity. We do cybersecurity since 2022. We know nowadays how to do it. Maybe at the beginning we were not the best, but nowadays, yes, we do most of different evaluations. And we already have them. We have many evaluations. We're already there with very good, I'll say, 100% catch rate, detection rate, with 0% false positives. Of course, the upcoming roadmap is already released in terms of EDR and top of your Defender. So if you have a Defender and you would like to use the Defender for the real-time protection, and you would like to have the Acronis EDR, we do that. We have EDR for Linux, it's also there, so you can protect Linux with our EDR. But as Klaus mentioned, EDR is somewhere in between, so we need to go with the XDR. The XDR we have already, we're adding more and more integrations. They're coming, the 2.0, so-called XDR, where we're going to have much more integrations in the platform. Application control, also part of the XDR, and durability informatics is going to be there. So just wait for it. Autonomous software. I showed you already the AI agent, a sneak peek at the beginning. The autonomous software is going to be this AI agent as a layer one who's going to support you with all the incidents and who's going to help you with all the analysis and reports. Then you can ask the TicTac team for the rest of the stuff, and they can be there too, or even support you with the web here. So that's why it's going to be interesting, the whole security segmentation. We will use Acronis security. Please just test it and see how it works. If you're asking yourself where Acronis is spending, if we talk about security, we don't pay for reports, I'll be honest. We focused on the independent reports like Profile Trader, where we're part of the leaders and the champions. This is something really important for us, the voice of the customers, not to pay to be in the top right corner. Once we talk about, of course, global analysis like Acronis, again, independent one, we're close, and actually we are in the champions. We're close to the big names. So you can trust us. You can trust the points, and we can be sure that we are there to help you. Then, moving to the fifth segmentation, RMN. You know what is RMN? Yes, remote measurement and monitoring. Yes, RMN is something really important for us. Talking about RMN, smart software deployment. We can deploy software. We can do safe patching. AI is analyzing if the patch is going to be successful or not. You don't want to see any more blue screen of that with our patch management, which is based on the AI. And the last thing is AI-assisted remote access. Instead of using vulnerable solutions, which I mentioned on the previous slides, we can go with our agent and our remote assistance, which is part of the same functionality. Then, moving to analysis here. Again, analysts, RMM and PSA leadership Q4 2024. We're not champions here. We're scalers. This is where we would like to be. Part of the scalers. 2025, 2026, to be already in the champions. This is our goal. This is what we'd like to be. Last thing, AI hyper automation. I was trying to be fast to have some more time, of course, here to discuss and see the AI. Because AI is something which we're adding in our platform. You see where we are. We started with scripting, patch management, monitoring, and software deployment, which was menu. Now we have it automated, AI-powered tools. The main idea again is to get one agent AI, which is helping you with all those tasks on a daily basis, supported by TicTac. They're going to be your additional provider who is helping you with all those things, who is going to be next to you whenever there is a question. And this is the upcoming AI, hyper automation with the Acronis platform. This is going to be our investment. But now, talking about compliances, I have just a few slides here because the guys they already mentioned a lot of things about compliances. But this tool is already here. It's splitting the business in critical infrastructures, in the essential infrastructures. And if you're part of those NIS2 directions, you need to think about how to protect the business. There are many things in common, which once we talk about NIS2, DORA, or whatever compliance, we need to think about a couple of things. Incident response planning, business continuity, vulnerability assessment, educating people, and all these to be reported in the right way to the different authorities based in your country. In your case, this is Greece, but in the different countries we have different authorities. So this is how it looks like. Monitoring, again, vulnerability assessment, cybersecurity trainings, business continuity, disaster recovery. The good thing here is that we can do this for you. We have the RMN, we have EDR, we have XDR, we have everything under the same umbrella. So you can trust Acronis that we have all those functionalities from the same agent, keeping the cost low and getting more speed. This took advice. That's really important as well. Now, my last part of the presentation, why Acronis? This is a very important question for all. Why I should choose Udemy? Why I should choose another thing? First of all, I'd like to mention the abbreviation EQT. Does anyone know who is EQT? No? EQT is the biggest private equity fund based in Sweden. 280 billion portfolio in euros. They are the major stakeholder in Acronis since last year, actually since May 2025. What means that for you? Development, investment, better product, better functionalities, more development. And that's why I want to show this slide. We're not Bulgarian. So we are Swiss Singaporean company. We have, of course, rapid developments, but we have a strong player behind us and strong investment. But if you're asking yourself, can I visit Acronis? Yes, you can. This is our office in Sofia. So you're all invited to Sofia to come to see us, to talk with us, our development is there, our R&D in details, you can talk with them, what you're looking for, or what solution. Support is there, chief platform officers are there, and of course you can meet us. But this is a slide which I like. Because you have different big names for different, let's say, functionalities. The main differentiator for us is that we consolidate. We consolidate all those functionalities under the same umbrella, one license. So you can have all those functionalities which you see under the same console, same agent. And please ask the guys, they're going to give you all the details, how you can consolidate, how you can get everything from the same place. Just a few more slides, last video. We're already strong in the manufacturing. So if you're part of the manufacturing, or if you see a name which is close to your business model, please let us know. We can help you again with the business model. My last slide, again, Swiss Singaporean company. We have an office in Switzerland, we have an office in Singapore. Those are our headquarters. But don't forget that the world is digital. Once you have digital world, you need to protect your business because this is your asset. I'd like to say a big thank you and hopefully that you enjoy the presentation.
Any questions? Hi, I just wanted to ask you if your servers if you have servers based in Europe as well. Because, for example, we have clients that they claim that they will ask us where the servers are located.
So that's a very good question, and I didn't show it on the slides. We have 54 data centers. So if you want to keep the data in Thessaloniki, we have a data center here. It's co-located. But if you want to keep the data somewhere else, Frankfurt, Switzerland, outside of Europe, yes, we can do that. For example, we have customers who are having multiple infrastructures in the US, in India, in Bulgaria. We can do this. So just raise your hands and tell the guys, hey, I want my data to be in Netherlands, I want my data to be in Germany or Spain or somewhere. Just tell us.
And one more thing, about the security for the 365, does that have to be on-premise setup or can be implemented on a cloud service field?
365 is our big cloud solution.
Yeah, okay, so then in that case you need just, for example, a global admin account or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how it happens the deployment? You need the global admin credentials. Once you log in our platform, you use the global admin credentials, then we have all this analysis of the users of the groups and the whole architecture. In 5-10 minutes, depends how big is the organization. You see all your tenants, then deploy the model, what you would like to have, backup, archive, security, or automatic protection, and that's it. You're welcome. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Anyone else? Don't be shy.
I'm covering the region of Baltics, Central Eastern Europe, Mediterranean, Turkey, CS. I have many examples to share with you. So if you don't want to ask a question now, if you want to ask me a question in the past, just come to me.
Slav is going to be around by also guys. Hey, don't be shy. You can ask him anything you like. That's why he's here. They can assist with any questions. Slav, thank you very much.
There's a question over there.
One question.
Yes, please.
What is the range of the legacy support?
legacy.
Yeah. That's just like a system still running and legacy systems.
Yeah, I love this topic and I'm going to tell you why. Because we need time to kind of customers, we don't go directly, but we go with the partners. And they tell us, hey, I don't want to go with the partner, I want to keep everything local. On-prem installation, on-prem management, maybe air-gapped environment. We have a solution which is exactly designed for on-prem management, on-prem agents, supporting tapes, and keeping the data local. Nothing to do with the cloud. If your case is like this, let's discuss offline. We can help you with this. We have this product in the portfolio of TicTac, so they can help you and we can provide data.
Talking also about military grade air-gapped solution.
Yeah, so that for me, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.